So, good morning, hello, welcome, thank you for being here. I am filled with love and gratitude, and I am really excited for this new season as we start to move into winter. It's this wonderful time for us to slow down, to really start to restore and start to really build up our self-care sadhana. So today I thought we would start this beautiful, wonderful Monday morning. I hope it's sunny where you are. It's beautiful here, with a lovely yin practice, right? So yin is a really wonderful, soothing, calming practice. We don't really get up from the mat. We practice poses just to get into this deep, intense stretch, to really get into the connective tissues, the fascia, and really deepen into the muscles themselves. And it's really an opportunity for us to find stillness. So noticing the mind today while you are in these postures is also very important in this practice. Noticing the vritti, the fluctuations of the mind, the chitta, right? So noticing if you can bring yourself into this inner stillness. So think of this while you're moving through your practice today. And we'll also work with the Apana Vayu. So Vayu meaning the wind of the body. This is the directions that prana flows. So if you want to also invoke this sort of Vayu, this wind of the body, this movement of prana, starting to feel as though the prana moves from the center of the body, somewhere around the navel, the solar plexus, somewhere in the center of your body. Noticing if you can feel into this energetic center, and then noticing if you can feel as though the prana, the energy moves downwards. So let's find ourselves here into our butterfly pose, taking the soles of the feet together, allowing the knees to roll out to the sides. Again, if you need to place any blocks or pillows underneath your knees, give yourself some extra support here. We're going to take every posture to about 95% of our capacity. So we're going to claw it back about 5%. So noticing if you've pulled in those heels really far, give yourself a little extra space here today, and give yourself a little bit of rest. Let's take a deep breath in, sweeping arms out, rising up tall, and then let's bring this energy all the way down. Resting here at Anahata Chakra, our center of the chest. Let's do that again. Inhale, sweeping arms out. Exhale, drawing this energy from crown down into the heart. One more round at your own rate and pace here. Full capacity of the breath here. Exhale. Let's reside here in this heart space for a moment or two. Notice if you can come into this stillness, this inner stillness. Stillness of the mind, stillness of the body. The only movement that you can detect is through the breath. And take 2 or 3 more breaths here. You can even imagine this flow of breath from the crown of the head into this heart space, pulling this energy down. This is where Apana Vayu flows in from above the head and down here into the center of the heart. So feel as though you can sense into this wind, this flow of prana inside the body. Open your eyes when you feel ready. Let's allow the hands to come forward. Maybe even softening the pose even a little bit more by taking the feet out, maybe another 5% or so. And start to feel as though you can breathe in and feeling the whole body with prana and energy, and then exhale, folding forward and down. So resting here for a few moments. Again, you might need to prop yourself up with pillows today. So if you're at home and you're watching the replay, go ahead and hit pause. Come back with some pillows and rejoin us. If you're home through Zoom, go ahead, quickly grab those pillows. Give yourself the extra support you need to. It's okay. Wherever you are, start to deepen your awareness into how you're feeling, noticing every sort of physical sensation as it arrives, maybe even being present with the emotions, or even being present with the mind, the vrittis of the mind. So take 1 or 2 or 3 more rounds of breath here, slower and deeper.
Feeling and sensing where the body begins to deepen into this stretch to start to let go. Remember, when we hold poses for 90 seconds, it makes an imprint on the nervous system. It starts to tell the parasympathetic nervous system to start to rest and digest. And then also after 3 minutes or so, that's where we start to build into the deeper layers of the muscles. So after your rounds of breath, let's just very slowly allow the hands to guide your upper body back tall into the center. When you get here, arrive. You might need to make some adjustments with the lower legs. If you find that this is difficult to hold, go ahead and give yourself another option. If you are comfortable in this pose, take 1 or 2 more rounds of breath here. And let's invite the next posture in. Let's extend one leg out straight, fairly wide, drawing the other knee in. Maybe there's that option again to take it back about that 5% or so. So we come into this softening, this inner softening, give ourselves permission to really, really take care of ourselves, to nourish ourselves, and to give ourselves time to open, since our bodies need this time. Let's inhale, sweep arms up. Exhale, bowing that heart and that chest over that straight leg and coming down. Allow your back body to round and draw yourself about that 5% back, giving yourself that permission to allow everything to slowly soften. We're going to take about 4, 5, 6 rounds of breath here, noticing your own rate pace here, extending into the inhalations and lengthening through the exhalations. Notice where you feel sensations in the body as the body begins to wake up, to energize. And feel as though there is a downward flow of energy. And a movement towards stillness. So wherever you are, one more round of breath. Allow your hands to come out to the side and support yourself as you arise back here into the center. Let's pause. Taking a moment to notice the sensations, the effects. Allow this breath to move in and out. Allow your body to find the inner still point. This point of calm. It may shift, it may change, it might be loud, it might be quiet. Just take note of your experience. And let's welcome the position on the other side, extending the other leg straight now, drawing the heel in on the other side. And again, walking that back, bringing it back about 90 or 5%. Noticing if we don't have to go the full 100 today, we're going to give ourselves permission to soften, to open. When you feel ready, inhale, sweeping arms up. Exhale, rotating that torso over that straight leg, and then slowly bringing yourself down. Arriving there, maybe even walking yourself back that 5% so you can deeply soften. And then coming back into the slowing of the mind. Feeling and sensing the breathing body. And the downward flow of energy. Apana Vayu. Feeling all the body waking up. A gentle yawn of the muscles. And a releasing of the connected tissues. And 1 or 2 more rounds of breath. Finish your rounds of breath. Allow the whole body to start to walk up, right back here in the center, and move back into stillness. Move back into the awareness of the breath, the body moving. Let's invite now both legs to come out. Nice and wide. Allow the toes to be soft, the knees to be soft. Find a little bit of length through the back of the spine, maybe even tucking the chin about 1 millimeter or so, and arrive here. Breathing. Allowing this whole body to awaken, to slowly open. When you feel ready, add some gentle movement of the hands, drawing the upper body forward and down. Head rolling into the center. Noticing if you've taken yourself 100% of the way. Noticing if you need to claw it back about 5%. Noticing if you can feel the downward energy. Breathing into the space of the mid-back. And down through the tailbone. Notice where you can even soften the head maybe a little bit more. Noticing where you can soften around your eyes, your cheeks, your mouth. And allowing lower jaw to move away from upper jaw. Feel your whole body letting go. And then very slowly walking yourself back up. Pausing into the center. Feel into your own awakening here. Notice how your body is responding to these practices this morning, or whatever time you're joining us. Take 1 more breath here. Exhale it out. And mindfully, let's move on to our hands and knees coming into a position of tabletop. Knees lining up, hips, wrists lining up underneath shoulders. Walk your right hand far out to the side and place your palm down. And start to walk both knees over to the left side of your mat. And dropping now the right hip down into the center. Folding your upper body onto your mat. Extend the right arm around even a little further now, and then bringing the right cheek and ear down to the floor. Take a breath here when you arrive. Maybe even allowing your left arm to soften, making some adjustments here so you can sink into your comfort. And when you arrive there, allow the left knee to lift and the sole of the foot to the floor. So take a couple of breaths here. If your shoulder is really tight, you might want to drop the arm down to the side. If your hips are really tight, you can keep the knees stacked on top of one another. So lots of options here. Find into your posture and then taking a couple of rounds of breath. One more round of breath. Allowing knees to come together if one knee is lifted. Taking the hand, right hand back underneath you and then pressing yourself back up. Arrive here, just seated on one hip for a moment. Take a breath, noticing how you feel. Exhaling it out. Let's walk ourselves back into this tabletop position. And now extending the left hand out while you're placing the palm down to the mat. Walking those knees over to the right edge of your mat. And then dropping the left hip down into the center. Knees are now stacked over to the right side of the body. Taking your upper body down to the mat, make any arrangements with that left arm, palm touching the floor. Right hand giving you a little support here, maybe even dropping the elbow if that makes you feel more comfortable and relaxed. And when you arrive, notice if there's some space to now open that right hip on this side. Placing the sole of the foot to the floor, lifting the knee. And then coming back into this breath. Two or three more rounds of breath here. When you finish your rounds, allow that knee to drop down. And then slowly pressing yourself back up. Let's lie down on our stomach. Bringing feet together. And then let's allow the hands to clasp around the elbows, drawing elbows in and underneath you. And then placing the hands on the floor in front of you, palms facing down. Take a couple of rounds of breath here, maybe making some adjustments till your body feels tall and aligned in the center. And not overextending the head or the neck. So bringing the gaze forward. Maybe even a little gentle release of the shoulders away from the ears. Take one more round of breath here. Exhale it out. Let's make a little pillow with the left hand, bringing left cheek to top of left hand and right hand down to the side of the body. Give you a moment or two to rest. One more round of breath here. Coming back into the center, take your hands out nice and wide. And then the feet as well, drawing the toes down and the heels up. Inhale, lift your chest up. Exhale. One more breath here. Wonderful. Let's walk our feet together. Let's make a little pillow with the right hand. The left hand comes down to the side of the body and the right cheek rests on top of the right hand. Take a couple of rounds of breath here. Notice the mind, notice the body. Filling with prana and the energy from the body moving down into the earth. When you feel ready, start to move the hands mindfully back underneath the shoulders, pressing yourself back up, and then make your way down into a child's pose. Forehead down to the mat. Arms reaching forward. Take a couple of breaths here. Again, feeling into that downward energy. Fill yourself with the earth's resourcefulness. Feel yourself resilient and strong. One more round of breath here. Gently rising up. Let's make a little adjustment here, allowing our feet to move forward. Legs long, straight out in front of you. Toes reaching up towards the ceiling. And then adding a little touch of softness here. Feel the length through the back of the body, maybe a gentle tuck of the chin, 1 millimeter in. Exhale, fold the upper body over the straight legs, nice and slow, allowing the back to round. 2 rounds of breath here. And slowly rising yourself back up. Let's take a position of easy pose, any way you can come into the seat and arrive. Allowing hands to rest on top of thighs or knees, palms facing up. Closing the eyes, feel as though the breath moves in from the space above the head into the space of the heart. And breathe in this way, a few more breaths with this awareness. Prana moving in from the space just above the head and down inside the heart. Filling your whole heart center with loving energy. And now notice if you can draw this awareness down into the navel. Feel as though the navel energy, the navel is being pulled and filled with energy. And this breath and movement of prana moves down into your mat. Notice if the mind wants to call your attention to the rest of your day. Seeing if you can draw it back in. Allowing to find yourself into this inner stillness and the subtle flow of energy within you. 2 more rounds of breath. opening eyes. Give yourself a little hug. Give yourself a little sway side to side. And then right back here in the center, giving yourself this hug and starting to feel what feels right for you. What is this commitment that you are going to offer throughout this winter season to take care of yourself? Building up your own practice, your own sadhana. Could look like daily movement, mindfulness or meditation. Could be just making time for yourself in a warm bath, or reading a book, writing poetry or stories, painting, creating in some way. Allow your creativity and self-care to be an offering to this universe. And when you've said it to the universe and you've declared this commitment for yourself, squeeze your hug just a tiny bit more with love and appreciation. And know if it's okay if you screw up along the way. Just come back at any time you're ready. It's okay. Let's expand our arms out wide. Big breath in. Exhale, palms together, reaching forward, rounding through the back. And again, inhale, sweeping out wide. Taking it all in, exhale. Sharing it all out one more time. Posture of receiving. Exhale. Posture of offering, of giving. Take your hands here in Anjali Mudra. Hands at the heart. Breathe with me together. Exhale, open mouth. One more time. Thank you, thank you, thank you. I hope you enjoyed your yin practice. I hope this makes you feel calm, soothed, relaxed, ready, prepared, resilient. Whatever it is, whatever resource you need today, allow it to become in. You are your own resource toolbox. You have all that you need right here within you. Thank you, thank you, thank you guys. I hope you enjoyed the practice. Take care. Namaste, Monday.